Video effects are a huge part of Premiere Pro that can really make your projects look great. In this lesson, I'm going to introduce you to video effects, and in the rest of the chapter, we're going to take a look at some details about video effects. And then in several subsequent chapters, we're going to look at them in much more detail. They are that important. If you want to follow along with this demonstration, feel free. Go to Working Files, Projects, and open up 0901 Video Effects. This project consists of one sequence with one clip. And the reason for that is video effects are clip-based. You apply video effects only to clips, directly to clips. Audio effects can be applied to clips and to entire tracks like this over here, but video effects are only clip-based. And unlike transitions, you don't put them between clips, you put them on clips. Let me show you how video effects are organized. If you click on a clip to make it active, and then go to the Effect Controls panel by clicking on this tab up here, here are the effects that are attached to all clips. All clips that have any kind of visual information in them, be they video, still images, graphics, or titles, have three fixed video effects: motion, opacity, and time remapping. These guys just sit here in neutral waiting for you to change their properties. And all effects have properties. If you open them up, these are the properties for that particular effect, the motion effect. All clips that have audio associated with them also have three fixed audio effects. And we're going to cover audio effects much later in the course. We're going to focus only on video effects in this chapter and several other chapters. So these are the three fixed video effects, but there are many, many more video effects that you can apply to clips. They're referred to as standard effects, fixed here and standard down here. To find the standard effects, go to the Effects panel down here, click on that, and then open up Video Effects. You'll see that video effects are divided up into several categories. I won't list them all for you, but you can see them all there. I'm going to open up the Blur and Sharpen group here. You're going to notice these little badges that say something about these effects. The one on the left is of particular interest. It means that this effect is accelerated. If you have a graphics processing unit that's certified by Adobe, it has to be an NVIDIA graphics processing unit, then that graphics processing unit will play this effect quickly. There'll be no need to render this file if you want to see it play back smoothly. So for example, if I take Gaussian blur here and drag it to this clip to apply it, this little yellow bar stays yellow. That means that the graphics processing unit is going to handle this no problemo. I'm going to go Control-Command-Z to undo that. If I take a different effect like Camera Blur and drag it to it, then I'm going to get this little red line here indicating that the GPU is not handling this one, and the processor may slow down as I watch this. Although we got a pretty beefy system here, it probably won't be a problem. Let me undo that, Control-Command-Z. There are three ways to apply an effect. Let me go down here a little bit farther to a different category. I'm going to go down to the Stylize category. And I want to go down here to a particular one called Solarize. And the way you apply an effect is to either drag it to the clip like this. You get this immediate response like that. I'll do Control-Command-Z to undo that. If the clip is selected, then it shows up here in the Effect Controls panel, so you can drag an effect up to the Effect Controls panel anywhere in there. It doesn't make a difference, and it adds it right there. There's Solarize, and there you can see that Solarize is working on this clip. And finally, new to CS6, if a clip is active like this, you just double-click on the word Solarize or any other effect, and that adds it as well. Once you apply an effect, you can change its properties. Now, a lot of effects just sit there in neutral, like motion, for example. If I open up motion, these guys are just sitting here in neutral, waiting for you to do something to them. I can change the position, for example, by changing the property here, and I can slide my clip around. Or if I click on the word motion, then I can move it around like this. And once I do this, I'm now changing the properties here. I'm going to click this reset button to put it back in neutral. The same is true when you apply a standard effect like Solarize. Solarize has one property called threshold. If I open it up, there's a little slider here that changes the threshold. You can watch how it changes there. So all effects have properties that you can change, that you can adjust, that you can customize, which is a huge thing. And simple effects like this have just one, but there are some that have dozens of properties. And the immensely powerful thing about effects in Premiere Pro is that you could have them change over time. You can keyframe the effects. Let me show you how that works. I'll take this current time indicator to the beginning like that. I'm going to change threshold to something else like 0 where there's no solarization whatsoever. I'm going to click away from motion so you don't have that box around there anymore. Just click off from motion. There we go. No more box. And now I'm going to keyframe this effect by turning on keyframes like that. It puts a little keyframe there. Now I'm going to go into the clip a little ways like so. I'm going to increase the value of threshold to really turn on solarizing like that. Then later on, I'll drop it back to 0. We make that effect change over time. Let's watch that. Go into the clip. You can have the effect do that, and then change back. That's called keyframing or animating an effect. So as you go through here, you'll see that there are dozens and dozens of effects. They make your videos look different, sometimes distinctly different like solarizing does, or sometimes just subtly different. But in the end, you'll be able to use these effects and your projects will look much better.